Hello and welcome to week 2 of PUAD 305, Introduction to Public Administration. My name is Tristan Hall and I'm your instructor for this course. Before we get into week 2, I briefly wanted to mention week 1. You all did an excellent job on your papers, your discussion boards, those things. I wanted to make sure you all knew that the content was pretty much spot on. I could tell everyone is really getting into the readings and taking advantage of the discussion boards, and your dialogue with one another is really good. You keep that up, that'll lead to a great experience, but also really good grades for you all as well. Want to just reemphasize as well, please take advantage of the SLC. Some of you took advantage of that. I do get reports of when you take advantage of the SLC and they tell me what you worked on. So if you would take advantage of that, again, that greatly boosts your grade. That is optional, but it's highly recommended. I am going to require that all papers are submitted through turnitin.com. That is a Franklin University rule that they have. So let's say you have a paper, you turn it into me and do not turn it into turnitin.com. I am going to be unable to accept that paper from you. So just make sure at minimum you're using turnitin.com, and please try to use some of that feedback, because I can see what Turnitin told you and then I can see what you submitted. So we would hope that those wouldn't be the exact same. Hopefully you'd take some of the feedback there. But let's get into week 2. I wanted to just touch base with you all about week 2. You actually have a pretty light week in week 2 in comparison to things that are due. Week 2 is a preparation week to get you ready for the rest of the course. Let's talk about it. This week continues the theme of professionalism and how to think and act as a professional public administrator. The focus of this week is on examining the importance of political management, applying ethical values and approaches in administrative decision making, and applying negotiation skills. The readings and one of the assignments for this week will have you examining the political environment of an organization and how to manage it. This is what it's all about in public administration, guys. This week really is talking about, okay, you're a public administrator, right? So you're working in a political environment. You may not necessarily be the politician, but you're working in that environment either for that politician or alongside that politician. So the assignment this week will really put you in that scenario and almost a what would you do type of feel. The readings for this week, of course, the textbooks. We're going to be reading chapters 2 and 3 from the textbook, Managing the Public Sector. These 2 chapters are very important to read before you do the assignments this week. I don't want to give too much away, but please read these assignments before you go to answer this week. And then we also have some suggested articles as well. So I'd take early in the week, I would do as much of the reading as possible, and then maybe try to tackle some of the assignments later in the week. But of course, do it however works best for you. The political management assignment. So what you're going to do here is go ahead and read the opening case, Chancellor Michelle Rhee, and then read pages 11 through 13 of school district governance, which the link is directly in the assignment there. I would probably read it 2 or 3 times through just to make sure that you truly understand it, you don't miss any details. Myself, I did have to read it twice just to understand it fully. Review the rubric, of course, and then there's a template as well in the assignment that you wanted to open and download. And then what I want you to do is to put your answers directly into that template, all right? Again, once you do that, review the rubric again, and be sure this week to put the rubric at the end of your document. This one's going to be due by Sunday, but I would say take some time with this one because it's worth quite a few points for you, so you want to make sure you understand it pretty good. The interview and career specialization. If you've looked through the course, you'll see that you do have to do an interview with a public administrator, which is due week 6 of the course. This week, the assignment is pretty simple. I just need you to create a document that pretty much tells me about who you're going to interview, and those type of things, the date, the place, the location, the person's name, their contact information, all of those things. So that is due this week. That's worth 25 points. Folks, this is one of those all or nothing assignments, the way I'm supposed to grade it. So if you turn it in with all of this information, you will get the 25 points. So this one's going to be pretty simple. Those are your 2 assignments due this week. The political management part and then this document that tells me about your interview. But what I need you to do this week, guys, is really start to look at the future weeks. The career specialization assignment is coming up. That's going to take some time. Start to look at that. That's due week 3, but I want you to look at it this week while you have some downtime, because this interview assignment plays directly into that career specialization assignment. They build upon one another. So please take a look at that this week. Also, looking ahead, week 3, there's a group assignment that is due. I will assign the weeks later in the week this week, so probably Thursday or Friday you will see what the groups are. What I'm going to do is basically go back, look over the discussion boards, look at your papers, and just try to match you up based upon some different strengths that I see. There are a few different roles within the group: the organizer, the facilitator, the recorder, the researcher. You are to actually decide who is going to be in that role within your own group. I'm not assigning those. So just start to look over that as well. So maybe you can start to think of what role you'd like to be in your group, but you'll have those assignments later this week. Also, next week, there is a lab next week. Please, 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 I need you to try your hardest to attend one of these labs. We would do it on Monday, October the 12th from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll also do it Thursday, October the 15th from 7 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. If you could, please email me with the time of the lab you'll be attending. So either Monday from 6 to 7 or Thursday from 7 to 8. I try to give some different days and times for folks. Franklin suggests that we do this lab as early in the week as possible, so I do want to try to get it knocked out as early in the week as possible. If we do need to maybe do a Saturday morning lab or something, I'm open to that, but I want to see how many people can attend this. So again, please make sure that you email me either the Monday or Thursday date, or let me know if you cannot make the lab. And again, this is in week 3. If you cannot make the lab at all, maybe you have a different work schedule or something like that, which is okay. There is an alternative assignment for you to do. So that is pretty much it for